Hello everybody, Jim again. Hope you've had a great summer. It's now October. I've had a week off work and the weather hasn't been the best, I have to say. So we had been down to Kintyre and had a cottage down there for a couple of days and went down to the Mull of Kintyre, which was nice. And I've seen some few routes I want to do probably next year. Might even do some filming and share those. But the weather was diabolical. Big storms coming across, so we decided to come back home to Inverness, which we did, and got better weather up here. So we had a nice week off, relaxing week, and been in and around and doing lots of things at home. But it finished off today with nice day, so I got on the Goldwing and went out up towards Gairloch and was nearly there. Decided to turn around and come back because I have things to do this afternoon apart from doing videos. And stopped at the Midge Bike for a cup of coffee and a piece of cake, which was lovely. Had a good chat with a couple of the guys in there, other bikers, enjoying some end of season riding. But anyways, part of my travels today. One of the things on the Goldwing is you do get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto as long as you have a headset fitted. And I have a Shoei Neotech helmet, which I've talked about before, with a with a sonar system in it, which is good. So all connected, I then have Google Maps and I can get Spotify, all sorts of things. So the helmet I tend to wear is this one here, which is my Shoei GT Air 2. I've had this about 18 months now. It's my go-to helmet, my most comfortable helmet, really like it, but I don't have an intercom system on it. I don't have a headset that can connect to the bike. And I could buy another Sena system, but they're just shy of £270. I decided no, I didn't want to spend that amount of money. So what I have done is I have bought the Interphone U Com 2, which retailed at £129, so about £130 cheaper to do the same job. Also gives me a little comparison to share with you guys. And the first thing I can say right away, I've got all the bits out, so I've got the instructions, got the helmet ready, connectors, bits and bobs, all ready to fit, which I'm going to do next. But the first I can say straight away, which is better than the Sena, and I like the Sena, is USB-C. And I have lots of USB-Cs for different devices, all connected up. So that straight away is better than the Sena, which is the old little fiddly, trying to get it in, is it right, is it wrong, system. So what I'm going to do is then fit it all up. I'll probably test it up on the bike and make sure it works okay. And at some point, I'll take it out for a ride and give it a go and report back. But in doing that, I'll put it all together and make one video to show everything. So, see you soon. So, having had a look on YouTube and not found anything particularly useful on how to fit one of these interphones, especially this Interphone 2, which comes with a separate battery pack. What I've done is film me while I'm fitting it, and it is fiddly but doable. Now I have to say I have fitted a couple of these things before over the years, so if I can do it, a bit of patience, I think anybody can. Just take your time. Follow the steps that I've outlaid for you that I've learned through bitter experience in the past to make it work, and then hopefully you'll have a successful put it all together. So here we go. Some different things to note about the U Com 2, and the first one is it has a separate battery pack. So what I'm going to do in this one, I don't normally do this, but I can't find anything on YouTube, and the instructions here are, I have to say, pretty useless if you've not fitted one of these things before. So first thing to think about, I've got a Shoei GT Air 2, the first thing to do is to remove all the padding from the inside, and there you'll see with a lot of helmets now you've got the recesses for the speakers. The second thing to do is take the entire of the unit and just fit it all up together. So that's the control unit. I've got 2 speakers, and these stickers, these come in separate. They've got a whole stack of stickers that come with it, Velcros. So put the whole thing together so you know how it all connects. So I'm just going to connect up the battery. They're just little push connectors. So once you've done that and you've got the full thing set up, I have a full face helmet, so I'm going to fit the small microphone to fit inside. I don't really use a microphone very much, so I prefer this over the boom. So I pull it all apart. There's the connector. And they only go together in one way, so if it doesn't go in, there's a reason why it won't go in. So put it all in. So now my whole system is connected, so I can see whatever's going to fit into the helmet. Then what I'm going to do, I've already put it in and fit it around. And what I do for that is I use a little bit of blue tack and just place everything so you know broadly where it all fits. And once you've done that, then you can fit it. So I will show you that again, but the first thing I'll do is just do that little practice fitting first. So when I'm doing this, I'm deliberately not doing it with the wires pulled apart. Because what I want to see is how long all the wires are. So it is a bit of a faff. I've got that, fits in there, and it is a little bit of holding things with my hands, but I can see where I want to place things and how long all the wires are. The battery pack goes at the back. And then doing this, awkward as it is, and it is awkward, I can see which speaker fits where. It's going to go left, so I've got a pen, a nice big pen, and I can mark the sticker right, and I can find the other one, none of the wires, left. So having done all that, now what I'm going to do is fit everything that I want to fit. So, first thing I do is I'm going to fit the speakers. I'm going to fit the right speaker first. Disconnect it. So I place it first. You can't see in here. There's a finger. Place it first with that. Know how the wire goes. Push that in, so now I know where I want it. Take the backing off the Velcro sticker, and I'm doing this with the speaker attached to the Velcro, and it is easier to do it without the speaker attached, but this makes sure it all goes in the same place, in the right place. So take that off. That's in, that's flush. Again. You see the speaker in there. So that's in, that's flush. That's nicely done, really happy with that, it's not going to stick out. So I just also use a pair of scissors. A flat scissor or a screwdriver. I like to shove it, get this wire right in these recesses. They're not going to come out. And then I can move that around to fit. A little bit of tape will just hold that in place. But you see it's dug right in deep, and that means it's not going to move. So, next thing then, other speaker. I've done a few of these in the past. Never had one before with a separate battery. And one of the big developments in helmets is actually having recesses for the speakers. Which is very useful. You want these wires well buried, otherwise on a long ride they will pop out. Right, so I've got 2 speakers fitted. Next I'm going to fit the battery pack, and I'm going to put that at the back of the helmet. Now this is in a little bracket and it comes off presumably for charging. Not done that yet. So what I want to make sure is that I can get it off. So we have then, well, that's got to fit downwards to slip off, and I have a sticker, so making sure it's on nice and tight. Is it going to come off? And I'm going to fit it just below the GTR signal with decals. See it there, press it on. So that's it fitted to the back. Use my scissors, bury it down there quite deep. It's not going to go anywhere now. So my wires are all tucked away. So you can see it running down the back underneath this little piece here. And then tucked away quite nicely. So I'm happy with that. And the next bit I'm going to fit is the microphone. So I know my control unit's going to fit around about here. So I've got all my little wires ready out to connect them together. So I'm going to use that little piece there. Stick it on. So I have some options to move it. And there's also in here a little piece for the wire, which I'm also going to put on. I'm going to put this right at the front. And there is actually a place for it to fit in the helmet, nice and unobtrusive. So I've got my two speakers, my battery pack and my microphone all fitted in. And I have some options then to, again, tucking wires away. Everything's in. Now, the placing of this. So I'm going to fit this some Velcro. This little Velcro thing here. I'm going to place it on the back there. So I like to put it all together and work out where it's going to be, because my fingers have got to use this. That's quite nice and flush with everything, and I can work it. I can tuck all the wires away. So it also means I have the option always to remove all the units, disconnect them, charge them all up. So firstly, I'm going to fit this to the unit. And then I know where it's going to fit on the helmet, so I'm going to put that in. So now fitted on the side I have my control unit, see my nice little wires here, and now what I'm going to do is connect it all up and then bury all the wires. So now it's all connected in the areas I want it to be connected. I can now work out what I'm going to do with all my wires. It's fiddly, it takes ages, and I have to say this compared to the Senna is 10 times easier to fit. So I'm pushing all the spare wiring right into the innards of the crash helmet. Right, you can see it's fiddly, but it's beginning to all disappear. That's one side done. Inside cushion back in again, got the left side in. Still got to deal with this bit of wiring. That side is in. So we're going to put our other cheap peg in now. So it's all tucked away. It's all tucked away quite nicely. That's the only bit I'm not really too sure about. So what I've got to do is find some way of securing that. So that's on. That all fits. So I can take the helmet on and off without any of the anything moving. That is as good as I can get it. Unit is on, fully charged. Next thing to do is how do I actually then connect it? But battery pack all ready to go. Fiddly, but take your time and it will go in quite nicely. But if I just go through the steps, step number 1, lay all your parts out. Step number 2, fit it all together before you put it into the helmet. Step number 3, with it all connected, just fit it around your helmet, use a bit of blue tack to hold the things in place so you can see exactly where everything goes, and then mark it with a pen. Step number 4, put your stickers on while it's all together, and then bit by bit disconnect it, fit it in, tuck your wires away until you've got the whole unit fitted in. Step 4 then, put all your cheek pads back in, tuck away your wires, and then that's it, you're done and ready to go. So I hope that's useful. I have to say, I'm not really a technical guy, so if I can do this, anyone can do it.